What's going on, everyone? Your favorite jealous hater is back with some more beef. So as you all know, one of my favorite things to do in this world is either to expose BS or just dumb people in general. It's actually a true passion of mine. And no matter what or who you are, male, female, a Karen, you're not safe. And as long as the BS continues, so will I. Which leads us right into today's situation with Candace Bure, or however you say her name. She's the chick who played in Full House, the daughter or whatever, where apparently some people were giving her grief online just for following people that they didn't like. Now, before we dive deep into this mess, I just want to say people should be able to follow whoever the hell they want without getting any slack for it. And even though I spend a lot of my time exposing all these losers, I have never gone out of my way to say not to support any of them. All I do is present facts with evidence to back up all my claims, and then I leave it up to the viewer to decide for themselves with what they want to do and if they want to continue supporting this person. But in the end, I really don't care, which honestly is the best method of all. Okay, let's get to the show.
Hey there. I was just reading through comments and DMs from today, and it was a fun day for Candace's Playful Puppy Press. But I did have something interesting that I read several comments from people, and I think there's quite a bit of new followers, so thank you if you're still around for following me here. People that were disappointed or told me that they were unfollowing me because of the people I choose to follow on Instagram. And it's always strange to me because I follow a very broad range of people.
Disappointed in her, huh? What are these people? Mommy and daddy? Gonna spank her and put her in a corner? How close-minded can you be? Can you imagine being like this? That you unfollow someone based upon who they follow. Now everybody has their right to who they want to see in their feed, but it's not like Candace made fun of trans people or anybody else in the LGBTQ, or even tried to scam her audience like a lot of these goons do. Some stans, for some odd reason, some stalkerish reason, felt the need to scroll through who she was following and was like,
oh, she follows Candace Owens, she's a Trumper.
It's kind of like how I had a dozen or so subs who unfollowed me because I made a video on the Dad Challenge podcast just stating that I disagree not with the message, but with the messenger, which is fine. But as little cronies came in and bashed me, a few people left, called me a loser, a no-life, a Micah Stoffer sympathizer or some shit, even called me pro-pedo, which is just dumb and embarrassing because these are grown-ass people who sound like the same weirdos that worship family vloggers. But like I said, Candace didn't do anything wrong. She was just going about her day, living her life, minding her own business, and apparently she got hounded for that.
I follow a very broad range of people, politically, within my work industry, and then personal friends and things I like. But a follow does not mean an endorsement.
So just so you're aware, in case you're not, you can follow anybody and not fully support who they are or what they believe. It's called having an open mind. It's called trying to have some perspective. I even follow other commentary channels that I don't even like, and some of them are annoying as hell, but I like to hear a lot of different opinions on certain matters. It's always good just to sit and listen to other people, which sometimes is a method that I use before I make a video on something, so that I can get the full spectrum of what's going on, and I can base my own opinion and my own belief off of that. It doesn't mean I'm right, but it also doesn't mean I'm wrong. But at least at the end of the day, I can say I'm not a biased ass bitch.
A follow does not mean I agree with everything they say and do. It just means I follow a broad range of people so that I have perspective.
Yeah, it's not like she only follows the Trumps or everyone on TPUSA. She also follows Biden, Kamala, and a huge variety of people from both sides. It's way too obvious that she just craves perspective, rather than just do what these mouth breathers do, which is be biased and close-minded. And apparently if you think freely, you're just a brainwashed sheep. Maybe they need to take a hard look in the mirror. And don't get it twisted, both sides do this, left, right, it doesn't matter, they both do it. You have the left screaming,
Not my president,
at Trump, but then Trumpers doing the exact same thing to Biden, even though they were the ones bitching about liberals doing that. And no, Apoc's not going political here. I'm just saying not to be a biased prick and open your damn minds.
I want to know what's going on in the world. I want to hear different sides of the argument. I follow people in entertainment that I don't necessarily agree with or act the same way, but I want to hear what our society, what culture is dishing out.
What a racist piece of shit.
It's good to look at both sides, because in both sides, especially in media, mainstream media, they hide and ignore things that their side is doing to make themselves look like the better side. But if you look at both of them, you can see what they're both up to keep those imbalances in check.
And that helps me all the more know who I am and find my answers and know the truth and be prepared with those answers. So please remember that follows on Instagram or Twitter do not equal endorsements.
Just think about it this way. If we didn't have any opposing opinions or anybody asking any questions, questioning the status quo, we'd already be living in the movie Idiocracy.
And you don't have to agree with everyone you follow, but if you choose to do that, guess what? You can, and that's great.
Close-minded as fucks.
But I choose to follow people that think like me and not like me. And I think that is really the healthiest perspective. That's how I navigate social media.
Bro, you don't even want to know how I navigate all these platforms, scavenging for the next shit show like a damn vulture.
I think it's healthy to follow a lot of it, but I'm also not an argumentative person in that way. So if I read things that I disagree with, and even if that's politically, I follow lots of people. I follow left and right, but it doesn't make my blood boil.
Can you imagine how much blood was boiling when those weirdos discovered that Candace follows people on the right? And you can bet your ass they saw that she also follows lefties as well, but decided to completely ignore that factor because of how red-faced they were.
I don't get angry at it, so maybe it's healthy for some of you not to follow people you disagree with.
Yeah, go get some therapy, you losers. Anyways, all you jealous haters, that's all the slaps I have for you today. Sub to the channel if you're new. Like if you enjoyed the video. Every like is another reason why you should open up your damn minds.